Sue Surf new album, James Harden birthday, NFL talk. I know you ready for that, Coach.
It ain't no coach, but you know, same B-Man back in the building.
Okay,
You feel me? You know, catching up with a little hump day surprise. Yeah, man, I'm back like I never left. You know, like we was saying, took a real off season out this joint, you know?
Back for the football season.
Right.
Hey, new fans might not be hip to you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. They might not be hip to community connection too. So I gotta run that.
Need an affordable storefront that automatically pays your affiliates to drive sales to your physical or digital products, appointments, subscriptions, or paid events? No website needed. Find out how easy it is to register as a vendor today.
Trying to get your products on eBay, the old school go-to, Amazon, new school go-to. You got the old school and the new school go-to. Where else they gonna go to? But there's only one place. And that's how we gonna start. There's only one option for us to start. NFL freestyle off the top. Man, Val got me so thrown off. I ain't even got my notebook in front of me. I ain't even got my notebook.
I ain't turn my notes off, bro. You trying to freestyle this shit all the way through? No notes?
Hey, let's see how far we can go. How far we can go. We don't need the notes for the first one, though. We brought the question. We ain't got the answer. We gonna figure that out. Start it off.
Alright, so it's gonna be a real deep question for y'all real quick, okay? Y'all might have to think about this, y'all. It ain't gonna be a quick, you know what I'm saying, this and that. So going into the NFL season, alright, with all the trades and the signings and the players that's coming back, who's the best team on paper right now in the NFC East?
Best team on paper? I don't know if I like that question. Cause on paper, man, that sounds like a Cowboys argument to me.
What? Cowboys?
Cause that's always what the most of the people say, you know what I'm saying? Cause, okay, let's line us up versus the Cowboys.
Alright.
So, hopefully Prescott in versus Hurts.
Okay.
I gotta give Dak the edge on that.
Right, but they're very similar quarterbacks.
Hurts can develop in it. We'll get to that part later.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
But Miles Sanders versus Zeke. I take Sanders.
Yeah. It's a slight edge almost.
Receivers. Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor versus CD Amari. No, I got to go with the Cowboys in that, man.
Okay, but you talking about offense, you know, there's two sides. So now you got to go on the defense. You got to go on the defense. So let's line up on the defense, because we can draw endless names on the Eagles. You feel me? So.
But what names you gonna drop though? Cause I don't know about the defense. Cause Fletcher Cox, we know.
Alright.
He could get back to his shit.
Let me give people you know what I'm saying, Fletcher Cox just said, you know, Derek Barnett.
Okay.
You know, we got Darius Slade coming back. You know, he just had a year in the system, so he should be a little bit more, you know, comfortable in the system now going into a second season.
Yeah, he should be the best corner in NFC East.
Should be.
He gotta be better than he was last year.
Oh yeah, that's facts. And up and coming. Y'all don't know this name yet. Y'all gonna hear it first. Linebacker Alex Singleton.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He been putting them numbers in like the last end of the year last year. So, you know, so you saying the Cowboys?
Nah, the defense, our defense definitely better than theirs.
Yeah.
And I'm picking the Eagles to win the NFC East. So I got to say on pay because I feel like the offense loaded. For real. Definitely got a better tight end. Zach Ertz stayed. Still got Dallas Goedert. That's like two other receivers for real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I go with the Eagles on paper.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. You can't forget our line. We still got Jason Kelce back, you know what I'm saying? I think Brandon Brooks still with us. You know, we lost Peters, you know, he went to the Bears. But let's there's some good backups coming in for, you know, my lineup and Andre Dillard, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm with you on that one, bro. The Eagles.
Alright, so, next freestyle question, man. NFL, you know, it'd be wishy-washy from year to year. You never really know what's going to happen. So, I want to ask you, what's some of the sleepers that you see out there in the league? Some teams that ain't really do too good the last couple years could get up in the playoffs, you know, maybe even a young player that you could see making his first Pro Bowl, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that.
One of my sleeper teams, we saw like a little preview of them last year, a little spark that had some good games, you know, against good teams last year.
Okay.
But they play in a tough division. You feel me? And that's the Arizona Cardinals. You talking about Kyler Murray. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they just added J.J. Watt too, right?
Forgot about J.J.
They added J.J. Watt on the defense, you know what I'm saying? They still got DeAndre Hopkins. Can't remember who they got on running back, but they got a few young boys coming up. Yeah, Chase Edmonds, and then it was somebody else. But
Kenyon
Drake too. But you know what I'm saying, Kyler Murray, he really gonna be the focal point, you know what I'm saying, for that team on offense. And then on defensive end, you got J.J. Watt, you know what I'm saying. Everybody know what he brings to the table, having been a 3-time defensive player of the year, or 2-time, you know what I'm saying, having 20 sacks twice, you feel me? So, and correct me if I feel like J.J. Watt's still in his prime still, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know if I could go prime. I don't know if I could say prime.
But he's still putting up some numbers, you know, to where it's gonna be a good contribution, you know what I'm saying, for the Cardinals team. And they didn't go too bad last year. I think they went like 9-7 or 8-8. You feel me? Yeah, they were just a little bit out the playoffs or something. So this year, I feel like they're gonna be a sleeper coming up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Cardinals, for me, I'ma say I like the Chargers, the LA Chargers.
That was gonna be my other pick.
Justin Herbert made me a believer last season. Got to say that. Keenan Allen, around the top 10 type receiver. You got Mike Williams, son from Clemson, who was nice in college. He looking for a contract, you know what I'm saying? He got 1 year left on his deal, so I think he gonna ball out. They still got Eckler and Jackson. He gonna get them tough yards. He like a 3rd down and 2 type of running back. They just gotta keep Derwin James healthy. He stay on the field.
Derwin James.
It's gonna be a different type of defense. So I say the Chargers. Definitely.
Folks with that.
Definitely could go off. Any play? Hey, if they let Justin Fields play, I think he could be a Pro Bowler straight off the bat. If they stop playing with this Andy Dalton.
Whole QB situation, battle situation. Man, go ahead and stop the boy Fields. We done already seen that we in the era of young quarterbacks coming in the league and dogging shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why it's even a battle. Start that man Justin Fields. Let me get out there, get that experience. You know, go off.
Definitely. We 2 topics down with no notes. Still no notebook. But this way I really see this the test right here.
Okay.
See who really did their homework.
Okay.
Cause we gotta transition if y'all not hip to something else. Flying and dying. Topic made up for the Eagles, both Eagles fans of course. So we break down our favorite team. And it's gonna be the off-season edition. Leading up, man. How you feeling about everything that happened? How you feeling leading up to the season?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling confident, you know what I'm saying? Cause we kept Ertz, you know, he's still with us. You know, season about to start 2 weeks from now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna play week 1. You know what I mean? We kept Jason Kelsey. You know, Kelsey's still back with us. I like the moves that we made, you know what I'm saying, on defense. You know, we're starting Alex Singleton, you know, moving up to the depth chart. Okay. And also Josh Sweat. You know, Josh Sweat, he's my number 1 player that I'm looking at this year, because every time I see this man get on the field, he put up numbers. He remind me almost like the defensive end I used to play for the Giants, like a Justin Tuck or O.C. Umenyiora, Michael Strahan.
Yeah. OC, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's what he remind me of. You feel me? When I see how he play, he still got the upper sleeves up. You know what I'm saying? Just like him too. You know, so wide receiver. See, that was like our biggest issue for the past couple of seasons. But I feel like we moving in the right direction, having drafted Devontae Smith. You know, I seen some flashes of him, you know, in that game against last week against the Patriots. You know, we got smoked 35-9.
That's the only thing I said.
Yeah, it don't even matter because it's preseason. We got smoked. Yeah, but that's the whole point of preseason, just to kind of get the rust off a little bit.
I guarantee nobody beat us by 35 in the regular season.
35-0. That shit ain't happening.
35-0. 35 points, bro. Nobody does it.
So, these niggas ain't scored zero. I thought offense would be able to put up some, you know what I'm saying? Because we have Nick Sirianni now, who's our new head coach, and he was the offensive coordinator for the Colts. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, when I was looking at the offense, I was looking to see, you know what I'm saying, what type of plays he be running, you know what I'm saying, what he trying to practice on for the regular season. And so the fact that he didn't score 0 points, I was like, come on, bro, you gotta get us at least a field goal, you know what I'm saying, in preseason. But
I think it was last time we was on the show, we was talking about his press conference, which I still ain't watched yet.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was.
I seen a couple of them since, you know, he ain't had no low lights out there yet, so, you know, maybe we'll see, you know.
Yeah.
But I would say, you know, just jump in real quick, Jalen Hurts.
For sure.
I feel like he said, he got potential, and he a young quarterback. I see like some leadership qualities to him where it's like he like to have fun, you know what I'm saying? He like to be in the mix. So I feel like leading especially like the young receivers, and Miles Sanders being young too, but Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor, Devontae being his old teammate.
I was about to say that wasn't that the old teammates too? Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have seen him against the Patriots. They said he got sick or something. Hopefully he's straight.
Yeah.
He could play in the next preseason game. Hopefully.
It's the Jets tomorrow.
Yeah, but with the read option threat with Miles Sanders, I feel like Miles Sanders could go for like 1,500 yards this year.
Easy. But you gotta give him the ball, man. That's it. That's it. The nigga averaged like 6 yards a carry to give the man the ball.
Give it off to it, bro. Start the offense with a read option to just build. Oh my God. And then you got the double tight end look, so you could just like shrink the what? You could split. Oh God. I see this offense could be dynamic, bro, but I gotta say, man, I looked up Nick Sirianni numbers. It's his work. I had to look at his body of work, man. He had 16 years in the college football and NFL.
Okay.
2 years as an offensive coordinator for the Colts. They was top 10 in points, and they was like 15th in yards. So, like decent, like kind of average overall, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know what to expect from that. That's the wild card.
The only thing we can go do is go off of what he did last season with the Colts. That's the only thing I got going for us. You know, their offense was pretty good. What I saw him do with Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor, how he developed him, you know what I'm saying, as a rookie, you know, in that offense. But I'm gonna end on this note from me. The one other player that I'm looking forward to with the Eagles to see is Quez Watkins. You know, before we even seen the flashes of this man in preseason, bro, I was playing with him on Madden as a rookie, and he was going off. I'm sorry, this nigga was going off on Madden, so I was like, who the fuck is this kid Quez Watkins, you know what I'm saying? So when I see him doing this shit right now in real life, coming into a second season, you know, hey, and now that he got more opportunities now, because we don't have D-Jack no more, you know what I'm saying? So,
He went to the Rams.
Yeah.
Pick up the Rams.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
With Stafford and them. But Quest Walkers, man, look out for the boy. He gonna do some numbers.
Hell yeah, I remember he was like a late round pick last year in the draft. So that's gonna be a good story. See him get some run. What else? Darius Slay. Where you at? I need you to show up this year, bro.
Number 2, we got number 2.
Yeah, 1 pick this year. You gotta at least have your number. You gotta at least have your number.
I was about to say at least 2 picks. At least 2.
You gotta make an impact. Like people was cooking you last year.
He was getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
So I need to see better from Slay, and I think everything else will trickle down from there. But we gonna see on the Eagles though. But the thing is, with the NFL, like I was saying earlier, with the surprise teams and all that we was talking about, it really is anything can happen any season. I picked them for 10-7 overall, you know what I'm saying? And I got them making the playoffs, winning the NFC East type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's just one of them things, like, if the shit close, I'm always get an edge to the Eagles.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing the Eagles need to do this season, play some Sue Surf in the pregame. Maybe that gets you hyped up, man. He not from Philly, from Jersey. That shit close enough, you know. That Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares, that was good for you know, that Super Bowl run. But yeah, let's update that. Let's update that playlist. Cause Sue Surf dropped the album Until Further Notice. What you think about it, man?
Man, let me tell you. That joint was a mixtape, but that shit felt like an album. That joint sounds like an album. You know what I'm saying? Just off the back. You know what I'm saying? The first song. Damn, I wish I forgot. Until Further Notice.
Yeah.
That's that first track. Yeah. I didn't even know if I was gonna put up. Until Further Notice, that was the first track of the song.
First person to pull out they
Take that L. Well, one thing I liked a lot about the mixtape was how he was trying to put a lot of different artists that you never heard of out there. You know what I'm saying? He had this man called Lucien Fontaine on there. He put Marzi on some beats. He even had Young and May, who I fucks with heavy. You know, I fucks with Young and Heavy. She can spit. You know what I'm saying? She even had this dude named Mr. Chicken. You know, I ain't never heard about named Mr. Chicken. But he had him on there. You know, so he was just kind of like putting everybody on the map on these good beats. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good little mixtape. It was one of them joints where I ain't had to skip too many songs. You know what I'm saying? Because like, main reason why, because every song sounded a little bit different. You know, because a lot of times when you hear a lot of mixtapes, you know, the beats or the flow be the same. You know, sound like the song before, so you skip it a little bit. But this song, he was coming with, you know, different little flows.
It was versatile.
Yeah, with it, you know. So I feel like he went off on this tape, you know.
Okay, Sue Surf. This jump, for me, I feel like he went for like more like a radio, like commercial kinda angle with it, cause it was like, it was a different like switch up. Like the hooks was a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, it was just certain shit was a little bit more polished, but he was like, when he was spitting his verses, he was still talking the same type of talk. You know what I'm saying? You could still tell it was Surf. I rock with Leaf Ward. Another person
I meant to put up
on there.
Yeah,
every time he was on there, he was killing it. Shout out Leaf Ward.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, I listened to these songs a lot, like back to back, and it was one of them albums where I didn't skip nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to all these songs probably like 10 times back to back. But it just wasn't, like, it was something missing for me. Maybe it was like, I got high expectations with Surf, because the last 2 projects was crazy. Cuz went off on both of them. But I ended up giving this one a 7 though.
A 7?
Yeah, I gave it a 7.
I think what you saying you missing was the fact you said it felt a little more commercialized, you know what I'm saying? That's why I felt like it. I said off the jump, it felt like more like an album than it was like a mixtape. You know what I mean? Shit, you give it a 7. I say I gave it like a strong 8. You know, I give it like a strong 8. You know, even more so, it's perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's releasing this joint in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Before the Summer Madness battle.
Yeah,
Shout out to Summer Madness 11. It's gonna be hosting Houston versus John the Don. Hey, this probably gonna be one of the best battles of the year. You feel me? One of the most anticipated. It's gonna be crazy. John the Don, been calling him out for some years now. So,
right,
hey.
he been shit. He won this battle bad.
Right, so
crazy.
So this tape was perfect. It's gonna be, you know, give him a little publicity, get everybody hyped. You know what I'm saying? Get him, you know what I'm saying, exposure for the battle coming up a month.
And that's a perfect segue to my last point, Val, because last year he put out the album and make sure you kill him. MS.
Yeah.
That jump right before he battled Loaded Lux. That was fire. And then he choked like 2 rounds. I still felt like he won the battle, but he could have smoked Lux in that battle. He choked 2 rounds, so now I feel like he tried like gave us a little Reggie album. I feel like he saved some bars. He saved some bars for John. I feel like he might go crazy.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't go too hard off on that album. He trying to say some shit. You try to say
man, that's gonna be a show. Everybody tune into that. What is that? What is that? 1, 2. That's three topics with no notes.
Yeah, with 3 for 3.
With 3. Okay, well we still gotta finish it out because we got another 3. We gotta go to the top 3 songs.
Okay, this is gonna be a real test.
Right.
Real test. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. I got the cheat code already out there until further notice. You know what I'm saying? That's my number 1. I ain't gonna say number 1, but I feel like I'm put that one number 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go ahead and skip number 2 because I can't remember the name of it. It's my number 1.
Straight. I'm about to go.
Okay.
A little time, cause I got what you want, shawty. I got all the recipes. Hey, recipe with Fabulous, and I forgot the name of something that sung the hook. That's a shame, cause that's what I just said. But I'm gonna get that to y'all. We'll put it on the video or something. Make sure y'all get that name, cause yeah, that's my number 3. That was smooth.
Okay. I appreciate you giving me the time because now I got my answers for my number 2.
Okay.
Alright, so my number 2 is a joint called Perch and Some. I can't remember.
Perks and
Paranormal too. So that joint goes, son. When I first heard the joint, I was like, fuck, this man come up with something different. I think he had Leaf Water on that joint too. Yeah. We doing this shit, no.
I got bars off the top. Shooting for the team, man. Shooting for the team, man. The game fucked his dreams up. That's a bar from that Perks and Paranoia. That's the type of shit that was all real. You feel me? So that got to be my number 2. I got the cosign on that. You got the number 1?
My number 1. I'm mad this song's so short. This shit only an interlude. Amen. Bruh, for only a minute and 30 seconds, this man was snapping. I wish that song went for like a good 4 minutes, bruh. That was a different surf right there, bro. I ain't never heard that surf.
That was
yeah, I wasn't here, bro. That was a different surf, bro. Amen, that's my number 1.
Hey, see, this why it's working so good, cause we all in, except I got 7, you got the 8, but then the top 2 is the same, cause I got to go with Amen, bro. I rock with Wallow off $1 million worth of game, but I didn't need him to match the same amount of time. That surf was tough. It was a minute, bro. I need more balls from that.
Facts. I was like, when that was Wallow talking, I know, who the fuck is this nigga talking? Repeat. I can't get the repeat. I'm gonna start talking repeat. So that joint bad.
I'm gonna have to find a way to cut that interlude out on Apple. You gotta set that up, Apple.
Yeah.
Got to set the.
He didn't make that to a real song, turn it to a remix, an Amen remix or some shit.
Facts. Apple need to sponsor us too. Young niggas out here doing this shit with no notes. Alright, so since I still ain't got the notes, y'all gonna forgive me if this now on point. There was a bar from Amen when he was like, I'm trying to get my team full of shooters right like Steve Nash. You don't peep that bar, that's the Nets head coach, who the head coach of James Harden. You feel me? Happy birthday to James Harden. Born on this day, I got the computer up, you feel me? August 25th, 1989 in LA, you feel me? Started balling out there, went to Arizona State Forest College, then he was the number 3 pick in the 2009 draft by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Black History Convo on James Harden.
James Harden, man. Main reason why I fucks with James Harden because I feel like he made one of the smartest decisions for his career when he decided to leave OKC and go to the Houston Rockets. Main reason for me because I felt like, it gave him a chance to grow. James Harden is who he is now because of that decision. When he was playing with OKC, known as the best sixth man in the league, probably arguably that year, we knew what he can bring to the table. But the fact that he was able to leave that team who also made it to the finals, and want to pursue his own, want to grow.
I'm over here in deep thought trying to remember my notes.
I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm gonna get you. You gonna take that L.
Hey, I had so many doubles written down, so I had triple doubles and all that shit.
But yeah, so he went to the Houston Rockets, started his own brand, went from averaging 15 points per game to 26 just off the jump. He added 10 points just off the jump. That ain't easy to do. You feel me? So you can already tell he was going to be starting the league, started his own brand with a beard. You feel me? Because the OKC James Harden, the one we remember, when he had the smooth chin, the smooth chin. Oh man,
The 3-pointers that he was running down like this. Shout out James, I had to bring the poster back out for him.
Man, Nugget had all that with the OKC Thunder, man. But yeah, he went to Houston, he started his own brand with the beard, you feel me? Made the Rockets into a contending team, because the Rockets ain't been a contending team during that period since, McGrady and Yao Ming probably, yeah. So he brought that franchise back to life, he got paid while he was there. He had a good rivalry with the Warriors. I feel like that was one of the best rivalries to see. Rockets Warriors, everybody was watching them joints. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one year we bet on the series.
We did.
We bet on the Game 6, but shot hard was his thing though. But
I don't want to get on that.
But I just want to say that because that's the gravity of them though, because you picked them over Steph, Clay, KD, like that height. You feel me?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's because this man went from averaging 36 points per game, easy. Bro, let me tell you, since I've been born watching basketball, I ain't never seen a player put up 40 points every single night, effortlessly. You feel me? Just dropping 40 like it's nothing.
I gotta say one person.
Kobe.
That's exactly. I believe I'm just leave right there.
I hear you. I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna move on to my next segment off of that joint.
Like, how old is you?
Facts. I'm tripping for that joint. You got me on that joint. But yeah, man. But yeah, he been putting up numbers. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 years with the Rockets. He set a record for the most 30-point games consecutively. He scored 30 points in 30 straight games. My nigga, that's what you call a real 30 for 30. You feel me? That's not easy to do in this league. You know?
That's crazy.
And so he did that last year with the Rockets, you know, so you know how he was coming. So it's, you know what you see with James Harden, the step back, everything. Honestly, outside of LeBron James, I feel like James Harden's probably the most hated player in the league. You know what I'm saying? When you look at how his style of play was and how they was judging, how the old folks was giving him hate because they were saying his ISO ball ain't gonna work. You know, coming out the court, you know what I'm saying, holding the ball for 20 seconds and then shooting. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I feel like he canceled that noise and started his own brand and started his own thing. You know, so.
And been balling.
Yeah.
Balling. Damn, Val. Y'all like set the stage for that. Damn, I got to be sharp on this James Harden topic, man. Cause when he first came in the league, he reminded me of Ginobili. You know what I'm saying? That left-handed, the slasher, he bring the energy, he could shoot the three, he could run it off, he could run a pick and roll. Like, you never know what could happen if Ginobili could have had his own team at one point too.
Yeah.
But James Harden, the left-handed, so everything is off balance, you feel me? But at the same time, it's like the way his game structured, he always on balance. He got the strength, it's not really his speed. He more so like a stop and start kind of quick player, where it's like he quick twitch with it and he get to where he want to get to. So like his main two moves, the Euro step and then the step back, is both fancy moves, but it's both moves like where if you under control and you strong enough that you could still get off a good shot. It's not like, oh, you just spinning through the lane and just throwing that joint up with like a fadeaway sometimes we off. Like he really gotta be on balance on all his shots. And that's why I think make him dangerous and definitely set him up going to the Rockets. I was rooting for him going to the Rockets, but bruh, anybody like outside of the Rockets GM that traded for him say they expected this, bruh, they be lying.
Oh, shit.
Lying, bruh. The man had 37 and 42 in his first two games with the Rockets. That's good numbers. 37. It was like 37 and 41 or 42. That 80, 47. No, 37.
He's trying to do the math. What? 37, 42,
75. So I feel like it was 81 though. That's why I thought it was. But it was his first two games. Nobody scored more points than he did in the first two games with a new team. So, bruh, James, the numbers he was putting up, it's real loud gonna sound like I'm just picking numbers up out the air. But he had 33, 11, and 13. He had like a 30, 37, 16, and 17 game. And he had like 53 against the Knicks, 17 and 18 on top of that. Like these is monster triple doubles.
Let me throw one in there. While you're at it. I think he the only player with a 60-point triple double too.
He did have a 60 triple.
That shit was crazy. And then we went to one of the games we played against the Wizards, and he dropped like 50. Was it 50 or 60?
He missed the last free throw. That's crazy. Bruh. We seen it.
We dropped 60 easy. I didn't even know he dropped 60, bro. It didn't even feel like he dropped 60. That's how easy that shit was for him. And we saw that shit live, and I didn't even know that nigga dropped close to 60 points. I was like, damn.
60, bruh, and like you said, man, I never got on him about his game. It's different. Like every score is different. I feel like, you know, he just like invented what I'm gonna call a cookie jar. Feel me? If you reach him, he gonna get a foul. Like Harden, he gonna flop. Don't get me wrong, he gonna flop. But most of the time, he not gonna get the foul unless you actually reach him. You feel me? Driving, or if you in his landing space, he gonna get that. So that's easy free throws. He shoot 85, 90. So I don't knock him for that. You feel me? So shout out to James Harden on his birthday, and of course, him going up there with Mike D'Antoni was a good fit too, because he let him had an open floor and all of that. But coming into his next season, Mike D'Antoni not going to be an assistant coach with the Brooklyn Nets like he was last season. And last season, the Nets was the favorites. Some people said just with KD and Kyrie, but Harlan County said he was the favorite. So I want to ask you, is it the same thing this year?
I don't know how you can be the favorites when you still got LeBron in the league. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know how any team could be the favorites when you still got LeBron James, aka the
Damn, they're right next to each other too.
right in the league. You feel me?
What about the person underneath though? What about him?
See, and that's why it goes to your question.
Okay.
Your question said, are they the favorites to win the chip? I feel like the other man gonna get to the chip, and it's gonna be them too. It's gonna be like the Lakers versus Nets. You know what I'm saying? Championship. And then KD finally gonna get his little playoff game against LeBron. You know, everybody been waiting for that shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna finally happen. But it's gonna be crazy. I feel like the reason why they're the favorites because you know you got KD, you got Kyrie, and you got James Harden. Those are one of the top three, if not top 5 prolific scorers in the league right now. You got them all on the same team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen a trio like this, and KD, Steph, and Clay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though the reason why it worked for them, for KD. I feel like the reason why I worked for him with the Warriors because he joined a team that came off a 73-game season. You feel me? Now when you got with the Nets, y'all still trying to gel. We ain't see too many games with KD, Kyrie, and James Harden during the season last year.
That's a fact.
Let alone the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they still.
I want to say James Harden missed 25 games with a hamstring last year, through the regular season and playoffs.
Yeah, and then KD missed some games too early in the regular season. I believe he wasn't playing. Yeah, and then it's been pretty tough. I mean, this is all to say you still got to get to the Bucks. You know what I'm saying, to get to the chip because they just beat y'all in Game 7.
Shout out Giannis.
Yeah, they got the chip. But are they the favorites? Yeah, I say yeah because of the 3 players I just mentioned. But
I don't do that. Oh, okay. I was about to say that ain't how you start.
My answer is nah because they got LeBron. You know what I'm saying. But I can see why the league and everybody else got them to be their favorites.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, of course. Lake Show. So when he touched down in Brooklyn, James Harden, I already knew this joint was gonna work. They just different. And James Harden like the pass, so it's a good fit for him to just play the point guard pretty much. Missed the games with the hamstring last year. I'm not worried about that though, because he don't really miss games throughout his career. That was just like LeBron having an injury that's you don't see that coming. Gotta be honest about AD. He gonna be the key. Of course, pretty much everybody in the big 3, both big 3s gotta stay healthy. But the fact that it is big 3 on big 3 is what make me comfortable with it. Cause it's matchups. So I'm thinking, okay, Russ versus Kyrie. I'm not saying Russ could stop him, but people need to give Russ more respect on defense. He do play defense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He just reach a lot. Like sometimes he just be giving up on the play. So we just get that about his game, have him stay in front of Kyrie, and on the other end just attack him. Cool. LeBron versus James Harden. That's gonna be crazy.
It is gonna be crazy.
That's the different. And then James Harden like to play post defense too. He better in that than somebody trying to get him off the pick and roll. So LeBron trying to lean. KD versus AD.
That's gonna be a good matchup. That's probably the best matchup right there, because they're gonna see each other a lot down the paint.
That's a fact, and AD don't want to play center. If we end up starting Dwight with AD, the Nets gonna play a 5. But KD gonna be the next target. KD's gonna be playing a 4, so they gonna have to match up.
I can see AD getting a couple blocks off on KD. If anything, I feel like if there's any player in the league, you know, who can probably have a best chance at stopping KD, it probably will be Anthony Davis because of his length. You know what I'm saying? He's just as fast as almost, I didn't say quick as KD, but he's getting there. I see him working on that. You know what I'm saying?
They're about the same athleticism.
Right. And he's more bigger than KD too. So KD ain't gonna try to drive on the paint on AD. That's not gonna work. I'm saying KD, I'm saying AD. That's gonna be so it's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy matchup. The thing is, like, okay, so for me, I feel more comfortable. I told y'all before, I told on the show, I could play ball, but I ain't no shooter. So I always respect, or not respect, but I always go for the players who'll be more comfortable having on my team the players that is more drivers than shooters. Cause like, okay, you do got Russ, Braun, AD, they more so drivers. So I'm like, okay, that's how you get started. And if they do hit the threes, it's definitely over. Whereas like on the other side, if they not hitting the jumpers, it's not gonna work out as good. And I don't really know if you can really do that unless you Steph, Clay, Kobe, Jordan, Larry Bird, and I gotta say KD in that class too.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what it's all gonna come down to for KD versus Braun. And I'm gonna say the Lakers back. Like
1 point game 7.
Like one of KD heads, them jumps be thin as shit. Shout out KD, man. Lake showed up. Low. Please. Good shit, man.
Yes, sir. Maybe punish that shit, man. I think I probably killed him just about.
That's what I was about to say. What did I miss?